TV what?
Z.
TvZ?
Cloud Kingdom.
Alright. Are we recording?
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
It's Super StarCraft Bros.
Silver Tuesday.
Wings of Liberty edition.
Exactly.
Alright, look at those SUVs getting to work, except for those two, they lazy bumps.
Well, you know,
They were tardy. They showed up late.
maybe they had a first period off.
Sleeping in the suit. Terrible, terrible.
Could be comfortable.
Alright, looks like we have Cloud Kingdom via the purple dirt, and it looks like we have a Terran vs Zerg for you today on this Silver Tuesday.
Indeed we do.
My name's Jay.
I'm Iron Sparks.
So, Iron Sparks, who are our Terran and Zerg players today?
Well, on our bottom left corner we have our red Terran StillPinto.
I like pinto beans, but I prefer black beans.
Racist.
Just the...
Beanist.
That's the...
Beanist.
Just... Okay. Baked beans are good.
Alright. And in our top right corner we have our red, blue Zerg JBKira.
That's not red-blue, that's blue!
Whatever.
Alright, so we have Kira versus Pinto. Zerg is sending its Overlord out right now to do a bit of scouting, and back at Pinto's base we have a supply depot almost finished with SCVs getting built, so nothing incredibly fishy in the first minute and a half of the game.
Well, that's very hard to be fishy that early.
Especially when there's no fishes
Exactly.
in this game.
There's not even water.
Do you know fishes used to be the actual way you pluralize fish?
You know, you still can say fishes.
Fishes?
Yeah.
Only when you're saying it for fun.
But either way's right.
Alright, we have a drone heading down as well to do some very early scouting for Kira. And it looks like the SCV and the drone are going to boink! Pop heads in the night. And a spotting pool is down for Kira, so we got about a 15 pull down for our Zerg player, and racks going down for Pinto with an early refinery.
Yeah, so he's probably either going to be going for I'm going to say fast Hellions.
You know, at the silver level, I don't know if that's what we're going to get, but he'll at least have that gas stored up for a reactor or tech lab, something to add on to his buildings. And a very wide circle going around Kira's base, so Pinto's going to be able to see everything going on. Sees that there's also early gas for his Zerg opponent, and that the spotting pool is almost finished.
Alright, so this drone is not going to be able to get in, but he is going to do a couple
He is
slashes.
Vigorously knocking on the front door and decides, hey, no one's home, I'm going to go away.
Alright, so positioning his Overlord safely above this clip, but allowing him to get some vision. Back at this base, SCV still doing his rounds. Metabolic boost. Looks like he's real looking forward to doing that because he had it selected. Spine crawler go down.
Interesting location on that spine crawler. Decides to cancel it. Alright. Queen on the way. That'll be able to maybe deter that SCV from doing any more labs. It looks like Kira is maybe waiting before doing anything. Oh, we do have a factory and we do have a hatchery for Kira, so good play both on the macro level from our players, and this SCV is still scouting.
You know, he's really going to be pushing his luck as soon as his queen pops out.
I think he's going to be barfing after a while, considering how many zigzag needs it doing.
Well, you know, I think there's like a stabilizer in this suit.
Queen is going to head away and start throwing her knitting needles at the SCV.
And looks like he's just going to take it.
Oh, that's a terrible way to go down, is knitting needles to the back.
What about to the front?
That's a little better. I mean, at least you're not getting shot in the back.
True.
Alright, Marines are out. So far, it does look like that factory is down. We don't have any add-ons yet. So it looks like a second barracks is going down.
Well, let's see how it works out. Momentarily, there we do have a tech lab, so we either be going blue flame or straight for tanks or getting ready for a starport.
At the silver level, I really don't think we're going to see until the tech lab finishes up. Metabolic boost is over halfway finished. We still have a lot of drone production going on for Kira, and that hatchery at the natural is about to finish.
Yeah, so he's going ahead starting siege tank tech, so indeed are going to most likely not be seeing tanks. No.
Okay, so siege tanks are on the way, so it looks like we're going to go a marine siege tank build. Spine crawler goes down at the natural to provide a little bit of defense.
But you know, that build can can work pretty well as long as there's no mutas.
Yeah, as long as there's mutas and you keep advancing your tank lines, you're absolutely fine. It does look like this Overlord who was hiding above the little crystal cliff over there is going to do some scouting, see if anything new is going on in the Terran base. I believe that the welcoming party of platoon of Marines are going to be the welcome committee.
You know, they really need to work on their welcoming.
You know. But that Overlord might have spotted that tank as it pops out. So if Kira did see that, mutas should be a thing on the way. But we don't have any lair tech just yet, so that spire is not going to be possible.
You know, he's fully capable of making the lair right now.
Yeah, he has got the minerals and
making the lair right now.
You can do it. Have some Overlords. Second Queen. Zerglings.
Right. So he's going Zerglings.
Which is probably the worst thing to go right now.
Well, you know, if you can get the Zergling guys surround on the Marines up close to the tanks, it could really counteract the siege tech.
Hey, he's got to get to the tanks, though.
That could happen.
Additional spines going down for Kira to provide a bit of a defense at the natural. You know, he's just continuing the macro up, or her. Not quite sure if the Kira is actually a Kira.
It.
So the blue player. And the small Marine, one Marauder, and 2 tank platoon is moving out.
Why doesn't the Marauder just jump on the tank? It looks like he really wants to.
He'll like break the tank.
You calling him fat?
He's got that big old suit on.
Calling him fat?
He's got a big suit on.
He's self-conscious about his weight.
Oh yeah, he's a Marauder. I don't think he cares.
I think he cares.
Oh, the Lings might get a good chance before these tanks stim. A lot of Marines are going down, but it does look like the rest of the platoon takes it out.
Platoon?
Platoon, you know, it's a platoon.
Alright, so if these tanks siege up, they might be able to do some damage against these spine crawlers without... Marines did take some hits first.
Tanks are in a very good position right now. They're going to be able to blast away at these spines.
Transfuse does go off,
goes down on that,
but it's not going to be enough. He does get us around, going to take out one of these tanks, maybe a second. The second one does go down. This third tank is not
Oh! Tank survives with 2 HP left. I'm sorry, I just spit all of your iron sparks, but that was exciting. And that spine is going to run away, out of harm's way, and try to replan itself. But it looks like this Evo chamber is going to go down.
I can't believe this tank survived with 2 health.
Me neither.
See, I'd like to see this other tank siege up right about now. However, it's going to be surrounded. Just one Zergling attack will take this tank out.
Yeah, it does look like they do go and take out that highly weakened tank. But yet again, another wave of Lings easily killed. But that tank is going to go down from that spore.
Drones coming off the line to do some type of defending damage, and there's not much left from the Terran player.
No, not a lot of reinforcing units going down. Both players sitting on a lot of resources.
And all these things popping out, it's going to be more than enough to take out the small infantry group.
Yeah, there are 3 more spines being built in the main base for Kira. Queen being rebuilt right now at the natural hatchery.
A couple of Marines are going to be just thrown away.
Yeah, so those are, that's 100 minerals just thrown away right there with those 2 Marines.
And back to the Terran base, he did start building this command center, but nothing else really went on.
No, and I mean, that command center was built a little late. I would have liked to have been expanded at the end of this engagement. And, you know, right now, if Kira wanted to move in and maybe do some poke damage, I think it might be a little effective.
I mean, he's getting Attacker Brigade 1 coming, finally getting his
is that a macro house? Alright, macro house being built in the main. And I do like that Kira has moved out and secured the Xel'Naga towers.
Exactly, so now it's going to be able to see any additional attacks coming. Yeah,
so I mean, vision, not exactly map presence, but it does have vision. And command center is literally lifting off and landing at the natural expansion now. And we'll probably see a defensive front set up outside of that natural. It does look like some bunkers are going down as well. Curious position on those. There we go. That's a little better positioning on those bunkers. But here come the Zerglings. They might actually get in there and do some damage before those bunkers are down.
Just look at them running.
They are fast little things.
Fast little buggers.
Wouldn't it be scary if their wings actually allowed them to fly?
Yeah, it would be. I was curious why they decided to have them named Wings.
I don't know. I do not know.
Hey, you two. You didn't go with the rest of them.
Lings getting blasted away from these sieged up tanks. Don't really do any damage. A little bit of splash damage from the tanks. And bunkers have finished up, so this is going to be a very secure location for the Terran player.
Indeed it is.
Those SCVs are like, screw repairing you guys, we don't care.
That guy was standing in a tank.
Well, you know, it happens.
You don't happen to stand in something.
Sometimes you do.
Do you happen to stand in the corner of a house?
Yes.
Like in the corner of the house?
It depends. Are you doing demolition work?
No.
So another slow-paced game early on in the week. We do have a second macro house, and a third. And a baneling nest, and some creep tumors, and carapace level upgrade 1. Medvacs on the way, more siege tanks, and oh my god, fight each other and someone win.
Concussor shells on the way.
That'll definitely help against the banelings. Slow them down a bit.
Yeah, allow them to pick off or just move, split up, whatever.
I don't know if we see that at the silver level.
Anything's possible.
Alright.
If you believe.
It does look like Pinto is deciding to move out. He has emptied out the barracks. He has his tanks out of siege mode.
And he had them selected.
And there we go. Alright, they're going to move out. He has medvacs right now to add additional healing to the Marines.
Even pick one up, because he does not feel like walking.
That Marine right there is the general for the army, so he gets to ride in the medvac.
Alright, both armies moving out.
So far for Kira, all we have right now is Zerglings. There's going to be some Banelings on the field. Baneling speed in production right now.
About halfway done.
And the melee attack upgrade level 2 is going, and that armor should be finished before Pinto gets there. Interesting position on Kira's Zerglings up in the top left of the map. He'll probably run those back down to do some type of defend.
Or he could try to run them in to do some kind of attack, because there's probably not going to be much left at Pinto's base.
I like how you're giving advice to a game that happened like a week or two ago. So that spine does go down. It does look like the Zerglings are going to try a flank on these tanks. Oh, tanks on siege!
Quite unfortunate. Death and devastation following.
Tanks are on the move command. They finally stop at the ramp trying to use that bottleneck to their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, we got Lings in the back and the front. These tanks just never had a chance. The only thing left to survive are these two medvacs and that one Marine that took refuge.
Yeah, that poor general had to watch all his troops destroyed. Lings now moving back.
Gonna get a couple free Marine kills. And even more.
I want to know why half the Zerglings went back to their corner.
Well, you know.
So Zerglings just sitting there, allowing the Terran player to build back up. Gonna poke in there and see that only one of the bunkers have stuff. He could have ran into the base, but
you know, why not just take it down?
Takes out the bunker, takes out the Marines inside, takes out the other bunker. No salvage for Pinto on that. A lot of SCVs are killed. Oh, Kira throws out the Manor. GG.
Well, as much as I hate it, I really don't see Pinto coming back from this.
He is using the building placement right now to allow that tank to get as much damage as possible.
But there's only so much time you could buy.
A lot of the Zerglings have been destroyed, but now they are in the mineral line for the main. I would like to see reinforcing Lings popping in, and we do have 38 on the way. Now, what Pinto could do is lift the buildings off, because Zerglings can only attack ground units.
You mean they can't attack air?
No, they can't.
Really?
They are not that tall. And, GHG.
It's probably just supposed to be GG, but you know.
Yeah, and Pinto does leave the game. So I'm a little disappointed that Kira threw out the early GG. I hate when people do that.
Yeah, me too.
But, you know, not a terrible game. So leave a comment down below how you think the game went.
Only Lings were built.
Subscribe. Share.
Yeah.
We'd love to see your replays. Send us the replays at SuperStarcraftBros@gmail.com. Description down below. I think I'm done for this Tuesday.
Me too.
Good luck, have fun.
GG.
GG.